Welcome back to Sawyer Farm. I'm Jacob, and we have some help today. Jason.
Yep.
Some free labor. So today we are going to be processing our meat chickens. If you've watched our previous videos, you know we have 25 meat chickens that we're going to be processing. We do actually have some roosters also that we've kind of hatched down. We were growing, and so today's they're going to be their last day. Just fair warning right now, like I said, we're doing meat chickens. If this is something that you can't watch or don't want to, or just hate us for doing it, sorry, that's what we're doing. This is our life. If you don't like it, just do not watch this video from here on out, because that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to try not keep it, real gruesome, but we do want to use this to show people how to do chickens. If people are curious about getting them, just things like that. So we'll try to do a little bit of a how-to, but it has been a little bit since we've done these last year with keeping it Dutch. So it's going to be a little bit of a learning curve, but we'll take you along with that. Right now, we're just going to show you the setup we got. And I guess you could say this is sponsored by Keeping It Dutch, because we borrowed a lot of his stuff. And so we really appreciate him letting us use this. But so right here, this is kind of our setup. We got our kill stand. Like we said, we made this from our from the cedar. We milled it up, made it ourselves. Go watch out that video. That's a pretty good one. So they're going to start here. You slit the neck here, let them bleed out. Then they come over here to the scalding pot, which your water needs to be approximately 130 to 170 is where here. You dip them in here, and we'll kind of show you a little bit later. Then they're going to come over here to the plucker. This plucks them, and that gets all the feathers and everything off. Then they're going to come over here to this table here. All this stuff has been sanitized. I cleaned it with soap, just a little bit of bleach, and then cleared everything off. So everything's good and clean. They're going to go into this little ice bath right here. Now this one right here is going to be vinegar. This has about, I think, a gallon of vinegar in it with some water, kind of half and half. And what that is just kind of a disinfectant to when they go in there. Because usually the stores run them through bleach, and that's kind of how they make sure everything's kind of clean on the meat. Well, you really don't want to do that. So you use vinegar. I've seen a lot of other people use this. I've never used this method, but I like it because it cleans the meat and everything. We're going to wash it off, and then I'm going to take you over to where they're going to be resting for a couple days. All right, so over here, once they go through all that and they're in the kind of vinegar bath, we're going to wash them off to get a little bit of that vinegar off. Then they're going to come in here. Now guys, if you've watched this long enough, you know I don't like to throw anything away, and I try to use everything I can, something out of. So what this is, I'm not completely finished with it yet. I still got some more staining to do, but what it is a deep freeze. An old deep freeze that kind of went kaputs, and I cut the cord. And what this original design was for is to put on our front porch. So when we have, a big get together, we have big families. And so in a sense, it's just a really big cooler. Put a lot of pop, just whatever drinks you want in there. And I think it just looks a little bit better than just like a cooler sitting on your front porch. And it holds a lot more. So this is where we're going to be putting all the chickens in there. And they're going to be in there for probably about 2 days in this ice bath to really make them tender, and just to get all that kind of the blood out of their out of the meat. So, and that is going to be the final place. And then at a later date, that's when we're going to actually bag them up and everything of that nature.
Yeah, they got some weight to them.
I know. Grab the guy's legs and begin. Looks like you've done this a time or two.
Time or two. We started with some smaller roosters, and this is a little bit bigger. So
It's a lot easier.
oh yeah, gives you room to actually get in there. But I think I might get them to eat some hearts. Never eaten a heart before, huh?
Not that I can remember, no.
They're good.
This is about the size we started with. So that's
Yeah,
the
these are
difference
the-
in
Rooster. This is actually a bigger rooster.
yeah, this was an extra rooster. It wasn't one that like a meat chicken.
No, you can I mean, heck, look at the
Yeah.
size comparison.
Yeah.
Jacob, Jason.
This is a leghorn, and that's a Cornish cross.
A little bit different.
That's one thing. You got help, and it goes by fast. It makes the whole thing more enjoyable.
Yep.
Because if you're out here for like 5 hours and you're only about halfway through, you're like, oh.
Eat and just.
It did end up being a pretty good day for this.
It's
Perfect.
good amount of wind to keep it nice and then the other.
Alright, so it's nice to have some help out here. I'm going to introduce my help. So what's your name?
Brock Plank.
We got Brock, and over here we have
Kara.
Kara. And over here on the four-wheeler who's watching, what's your name?
Logan.
Logan. We got some good helpers out here today, so we're going to get these up to the house. We're about halfway done. We're going to get these up to the house and start processing these ones.
Alright, so when you're looking at here, when you're putting it in the scalder, what you're wanting to look for is hold it in there for probably 30 seconds depending on your temperature. The lower your temperature is, the longer it's going to have to go in there. So you know it's done whenever you come over here and kind of just pull. You see that? It's coming off pretty easy. Just kind of dip it a little bit. It'll probably come off a little bit more. How you really know it's done if this skin comes off. That one's not, so I'm just going to leave it in there just a little bit longer. But that's how you know if the feathers just kind of come off real easy. Then that's when you go into the plucker. So you can see right here, it pretty much does about 98% of it. And you just gotta go over there on the table, and then they just kind of pick off just a little bit of the rest of it.
That's how you don't do it.
Hey, T-Devil, bring us.
Try to like cut it underneath there first to get that skin off.
Those chickens, that chicken's watching and he's like, is this gonna happen?
Once you fry it. Yeah. So what, did we ever figure out what these are?
I don't think so.
Like 2 of them in there.
That's testicles. You sure that wasn't a rooster?
Yeah.
That's testicles.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. That's what that is.
I want to eat those. We're gonna have chicken fried.
Yeah. There you go.
Alright, so right now we have the Plank family with us. They are actually helping us butcher these chickens. Jason's also over here too. Nettie here is going to be kind of taking you from this part. Now they just got out of the plucker, and she's going to do everything all the way down to quartering up. She's going to cut the breasts and everything. She's going to show you all that. But we really appreciate them coming out and helping. It makes things a lot quicker for sure. And another thing too, if any of y'all are local, she actually has a bakery that she runs. It's your bakery, right?
Yeah.
It's her bakery. She has all the baked goods, everything. It's really, really good. Good stuff. A lot of desserts, and you don't really have like meats or anything, do you?
Frozen dinners and frozen desserts, and then I have a whole line of baked goods: bread, pies, cookies, cinnamon rolls, and frozen vegetables.
Yeah.
Frozen
If any of
pizza.
y'all are local, it's Shoto, Oklahoma, and it's Natty Ann's Bakery, right?
Nettie Ann's Bakery, next
Nettie
to the
Ann's.
Amish Cheese House.
Yep. So if y'all are wanting to stop by, you can talk to her. She's usually there sometimes, and you can get some baked goods. But she's gonna quarter this thing up and show you how it's done.
So a lot of people try to cut from here, but if you find the joint and you cut in the joint and you go behind that ligament and go down, it takes that whole skin off of there, and then you don't have it, and it's just
Cool tip.
Yeah.
this is the gizzard.
Yep. And the liver. Heart.
Some good stuff right there.
We've been saving all the hearts over here.
So the one thing she's reaching in for is to get the lungs.
Yep.
The lungs stick on the sides pretty good, and then also you want to watch out for, I believe these are the kidneys, aren't they, right here?
Yes. You just take your finger under there and peel them out. They're really easy to peel out.
Pretty much, yeah, you just scoop everything out.
Get all those kidneys out of there.
We just did that in 3 minutes.
All right, so right now Nettie's gonna be quartering this thing up. She's a little bit more experienced than we are, and so we're learning. And so just kind of watch her. She's gonna literally take this whole chicken and just quarter everything up. So if y'all are interested in that, this is kind of how we're gonna do it.
First you're going to take the wing and just find the joint and cut it, and you have your wing. Some people cut this off, but I didn't. So
And guys, and another thing too is there's probably 1,000 different ways you can do all this stuff. We did chill this one for a while. I know a lot of people recommend chilling it for a while, and we're just doing this one just to show y'all, if y'all are wanting to do this, you can look at it and just see it from beginning all the way to the end.
So those are the wings. Now I'm going to do the leg quarters. You just find the joint, you take it around there, and you break it. Then you can have a leg quarter, or you can do this and find the joint again. Don't cut your finger. And then you just do this. And then you have your thigh
And you got the
and the drumstick. And break it. Like if you just break it, it'll be easy to cut through there.
seems like you've done this a time or two.
Not for years, but it's just like riding a bike, I guess. You just don't forget. So then you bend it again to kind of find the joint. Just this. And then this is a little bit more tricky. I like to use scissors for this. You just break it. And just cut it.
Now, what would you use like this piece for?
A lot of people boil these and make chicken broth with it. Or, I mean, you can grill it. It's not just going to have a lot of meat on it. Some people think the neck has the best meat on it. Like they think the meat on the neck is the best meat. But then once you get it quartered like that, then you're going to find stuff that you didn't clean off right. And so you're want to clean some of that stuff back off that you couldn't see before it was cut up. So this one here, you can cut it right here, or you can leave it whole.
Okay.
And then the breast, here's your breast. Big old chicken breast.
Nice piece.
That's a nice
Yeah, that is a good piece.
Now this, a lot of people would just put in their water to boil it with the back and make chicken broth out of it, and then you'd have chicken to make chicken noodle soup or whatever.
All right, so right here we got the 2 breasts, we got the thighs, we got the drumsticks, we got some wings, and then this, is for chicken stock or like chicken noodle soup. So, guys, that's pretty much how you can kind of cut it up. So thanks, Nettie, for showing us that. And it's pretty cool when actually you get to harvest everything yourself and just getting to learn how to cut everything up. And these are some pretty nice breasts.
Mm-hmm.
They're almost store-bought.
Better than store-bought.
But we're just going to keep doing them, and then we're going to start cleaning up here in a little bit. All right, so we're going to show you something. We made a mistake, and we wanted to let y'all know so y'all don't make the same mistake we did. I've been running the scalder here, and I had it too hot, and I left it in there too long because I thought it was at a lower temperature, so I left it in there. And when I put it through the plucker, this is what happened to it. It literally cooked the meat. It was so hot. And when you put it through the plucker, it just tore the living crap out of it pretty much. I mean, you can tell right here, these breasts are already like cooked. So we're not going to be using this for us. We're gonna save it, and I'll feed it to our pigs later. And that's another thing we've been doing. I know a lot of people, you can save the legs, you can save almost everything. There's a lot of things you can do with it for stock, everything. We're not keeping all the innards and everything. We are keeping some of the hearts, but pretty much everything is going to be going to the pigs. And the blood, I believe Alex said it's good for the garden. We'll kind of do a mixture of that. And so pretty much almost nothing is going to be going to waste here with all these chickens. The feathers, we're going to put them in our compost pile, so nothing's going to go to waste. But we wanted to show you this chicken just to know, like, this is what happens if you mess up. Luckily, we only did it once, and we corrected the problem. So just be very vigilant when you're on that scalder. If that's your job, make sure you're paying attention.
That's a game changer. Yeah.
Getting Nettie out here to show us how it's done.
Well, I don't know.
All right, so we are just cleaning up right now. We're tearing everything down, re-sanitizing everything because it's not our equipment. And if y'all ever borrow anything from anybody, make sure it looks better than what you got it. Never equal, never less, always better. And that's one thing is you can keep borrowing things when you do that. So another thing though is we are going to be doing the weights and everything later because we have to let those things chill for about 48 hours, 24 hours, whatever you prefer. But leave down the comments. Y'all kind of seen some of the birds we were doing. What size birds do you think, fully dressed it is? Put them in pounds and whatever. But another thing is we do appreciate Dutch letting us use this stuff. And, because a lot of this stuff is kind of expensive to use, especially this is our first time. So we'll definitely be putting out a video about, our first time with meat chickens, what we liked, didn't like, things like that. So that is a future video to come. And it's just, it's a really good experience for us because we did help Dutch last year, but when it's your own, doing your own birds, it's a pretty good feeling knowing we have that many chickens in our freezer. Jason, what do you think about it?
I thought it was cool. Well, what I think is cool for me is I came out here when they first got them, and I literally saw them. They were like day 1 or 2 when y'all had them, and then I've been out throughout the times, kind of helped you move some, stuff like that, and then being able to butcher. I've never actually butchered them like this. Normally, if I've ever done it, I just skin them. So learning this and all this, and then I can't remember her name.
Nettie Ann.
Yeah, she showed us how to quarter it and everything, and then she showed us the cool trick on the legs where you cut it from the inside and then take out, because I was sitting there trying to get the
that extra skin,
yeah, and it was hard. I spent all morning trying to do it, and little things like that you can learn can cut the time down. So I think if we were to do this again, we could probably knock it out in half the time.
Yeah, it didn't take us too long, and especially us just trying to get in the rhythm. And guys, we weren't out here trying to just bust it out as soon as possible. We were just kind of here taking our time, shooting the bull, just talking, having a good time doing it, because you don't want to make it, where it's like a chore. You want to enjoy this, especially with having kids being around. You want them to enjoy it too, because that's be an experience for later. Because I remember whenever I was a kid and we processed chickens, we didn't do it this way. We did it kind of the old fashioned way. So I still remember it that way too. It's just, and everybody does things differently, so it's pretty cool. And another thing, if you are a local, go check out Nettie Ann's Bakery. She got a lot of cool stuff, and we really appreciate their family coming out and helping us out, because that cut down the time a lot.
Jason over here.
Oh, this was no. This was me getting to thank you guys, because y'all always help me with the the cutting the cedars down, milling them up, going out there and do the work. This was an honor to help you guys out. So no, this was my time to give back for sure. Y'all have fed me plenty.
We'll probably give him a chicken or 2 later.
I can only take 1 at a time.
Well, I know.
So
you don't got any freezer
that's
over
all
there.
I can handle.
But you got questions, leave them in the comments. Subscribe to our channel, and if you want to, you can go over to Jason's channel. It's the Crockers, as y'all know. You don't have to, but he is doing some cool things.
Y'all are on there sometimes, so
we are.
Feel free to subscribe.
So whenever those videos come out, you can watch those.
Yeah.
But hit the bell for notifications, and as always, take care and God bless.
And I think 5.5 pounds would be the biggest one, my guess.
5.5.
That's your guess?
5.5.
What's your guess?
I think 6.2.
Ooh.
I think we're gonna break Dutch's record.
You ready, Princess?
I'm born ready.
All right.
I showed up at 8 like you said.
Yeah.
Good.
What is it, 12:30 now?
Nice. Negative. Jason,
We'll wrap this thing
I'm
up.
off grid. And don't beat me up in the comments.
Only my roast video.
You can keep borrowing things when you do that. If you don't, people won't borrow you anything.
What? They won't borrow you nothing, you know what I mean?
They won't lend you nothing.
They won't lend you nothing.
They won't borrow you nothing.
That hot knife through butter.